Okay, so this is question 16, MIA exam paper 1 booklet B of 2017. So I'm gonna start going through this now. Alright, so for question 16, you notice that usually, wait, sorry. Usually for this kind of questions, we'll split them into, with every comma, we'll just split them like that. Okay, so you get 5 million, and then you get next one, you get 555,000. Last one, you get 303. Okay, you just need to add them up. You get, then you just copy down, make sure you don't make any careless mistakes. Okay, that's your answer. Okay, next one, arrange the following fractions from greatest to smallest. Now, with three numbers, if you want to find the common denominator, right, you just have to find a common denominator of two of them first. So for the 3 and 2, common denominator will be 6. So this one will become 4/6. This one will become 3/6. Okay. Then now you have to make the 7 and 6 same denominator. So from here, 6 and 7, if you multiply them together, you get 42. So base 42, base 42, base 42. Okay, so to get from 6 to 42, you must multiply by 7. So 4 times 7, you get 28. Okay, 3 times 7, you get 21. And then for the 7 to get to 42, you have to multiply it by 6. So 5 times 6 will be 30. Alright, so like this, in terms of ranking from greatest to smallest, so greatest has to be the biggest. Biggest, therefore, will be this one, will be number 1. This one will be number 2, and this one will be number 3. Of course, don't forget to write your answers according to the main fraction up there. Okay, first, second, third. So I'll get 5/7. Second one, I'll get 2/3. Last one, I'll get half. Okay, biggest to smallest. Okay, question 18. Find the product of 13/3 and 6/7. Alright, so for this one, you get 14/3. Product means you multiply 6/7. So we have to reduce them. So you get equals to 4/1. Answer will just be 4. Remember, if it's a whole number, don't leave it over 1. It's quite ugly. Question 19. What's the missing number in the box? Okay, so just like your worksheet, how you get from 3 to 9? You multiply by 3. How you get from 4 to 12? You multiply by 3. So this number inside the box here, what number do you multiply by 3? You get 36. So you just have to work it backwards. 36 divided by 3. Answer should be 12. Rectangular box is 10 cm long, 3 cm wide, and 4 cm high. What's the capacity? Basically, it's just volume equals to length times base times length times breadth times height. So you get 10 times 3 times 4. Okay, now you get 120. Don't forget your units. Oh, it's already there. So 120. Okay. Express 7/11 as a decimal. Okay, now this is a very common one that a lot of people always get wrong. Round your answer to 2 decimal places. So 7/11. Okay, it has to be 7, the main one first. Then wrap it around with the 11. Okay. So this would require you to use your long division because you can't use calculator in paper 1. So 7 divided by 11. 7 is too big, right? 7 is too small. So you got to increase the number by adding a decimal point. So divide by 11. Okay, you got to take 66. Alright. Don't forget the decimal point. This one is already a 0 because 7 was too small. So you got 6 here. Minus off, you got a 40 over here, and the closest one is a 33. So you get a 3 up here. Minus off, you will get a 7 over here. Okay, so again, increase this. Then you got a 66. You got a remainder 6. So this one should be a 6. Okay, now you notice why I found the 3 decimal places, because you want to find 2 decimal places, so you have to find the 3. Then you can decide whether you round up or round down. So in this case, because it's a 6, so you're rounding up, the answer should be 0.64. Okay. Student uses a calculator to divide a 3-digit number by one digit. For the one digit number, you made a mistake by pressing 5 instead of 6. You obtain the incorrect answer of 72. What should be the correct answer? So for this kind of question, you have to work backwards. Alright, if he obtained the incorrect answer of 72, okay, it would mean that for him to actually get 72, right, and because he pressed 5 instead of 6. So we want to find what's the original number before he pressed this, right? You should divide it by 5. Okay? Let me see. Oh, he divided by this. So sorry, you have to work backwards. If you divided it at first, you have to multiply it back. Okay? So for this case, you get a 360. Okay? You have to do your long multiplication. Right. So now you have to divide this 360 by the original number that he was supposed to. So you multiply by 5, you got the first number that you key in. You got this 3-digit number, which is the first number you key in. Now you got to do the actual correct answer. Right? You're going to divide it by 6, which was what he actually wanted. So you get 60. $48 is shared between and Benny, so that N gets 3/8 of the total amount. Okay, if N gets 3/8 of the total amount, it means that they are altogether 8 units. Okay, 8 units will be equals to $48. Remember, okay, $48. From here, easily you find what's 1 unit. You get $6. Okay, by now you should be able to see from fractions, you can get your unit methods very fast really. Okay, and once you get 1 unit equals to $6, how much money does Benny get? Benny got 8, total is 8 units minus the 3 units that N had, so he had 5 units. Okay, so 5 units will be equals to $30. That's what Benny got. Okay, the figure below is made up of shows a rectangle and a right angled triangle. Okay. Here the lines are a bit off, but it's supposed to be like this. 8 cm is correct. This is the right angle here. Okay, so find the area of the triangle. This area of the rectangle is 112, and then we know that the breadth is 8 cm. So what we need to do, we know that the area is actually equals to the length times breadth. In this case, we know we're going to substitute all these with actual numbers. Area, we know that is 112. Okay, and we know that we don't know what's the length, but we want to know what's the breadth. Or rather, we know what's the breadth, we don't know what's the length. Okay, so from here, very clear cut, we can see that the length is actually 112 divided by 8. You get 14. Okay, so this is 14 cm. Now you got 14 cm, you see the equal length lines here, so this is also 14 cm, this is 14 cm. Now remember, this is the perpendicular line, therefore the area of the triangle will be the height times the breadth times the base times the height. So here all you need is half, okay, area, let me do it properly. Area of triangle will be equals to half times 14 times 14. Okay, so 14 times 7, you get 98. Okay, answer should be 98. Okay, question 25. Study the following solids. Draw its top view and its front view. Okay, you all should be kind of experts in this already. Okay, so the top view, remember when you do the top view, you always have to make sure that the front is facing you before you flip it over to the top side. Okay, so for this case, it should look something like, okay, 3 cubes from here to here. Okay, let me make this super thick. Okay, so 3 cube. Oh, is that too big? Sorry, I scared myself. That's one. Okay. Oh, this is still too big. What is wrong with this? Let's use this. Okay. Yes, it's good. Okay, so the top one should look like this. Okay, where you got 1, 2, 3. Then it moves to the left, and the front here there's a 1, 2. Okay, so which means from here we're going to move it all the way here. Okay, then it goes up, join the 3 cubes. Alright, so the first one looks like this. And what's the front view? Front view is same 1, 2, and then 1, 2 up here. So it will look like this. Okay. Alright, for question 26, they're talking about 3 blanks of different lengths. And now this question is a little bit tricky because you're actually comparing you see, you notice, I think most of us will be able to see that this is the most important part here. Okay, this region. Okay, so this is the region that we have to look at. Alright, now you notice 2 big units of A and 2 big units of C, they're actually the same. But these 2 big units of A, okay, is actually the equivalent of 5 small units of B. So what you need to do here, you need to do a little bit of manipulating the numerator instead of the denominator. Okay, so for A, what's going to happen is okay, this A is 2 big units, and in the total there are 3 big units for A, right? So we got to make this 2 over here into the, you see, I'm going to cut this up now in this region whereby everything is supposed to be the same. So clear this. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and to make it fair, we have to resplit it. Okay, so now we count here whereby this region, okay, within a region whereby there are so-called lines meet, right, you'll be able to see that it's actually made up of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're altogether 10 units here. Okay, and so these 10 units here, what I'm going to do is for A, right, the numerator to change from a 2 to a 10, you have to multiply by 5. So the denominator will be a 3 times 5, you get 15. Okay, now for B, okay, for B, what was previously used was actually 5 parts out of 6, right? And this 5 parts out of 6, you're going to convert it to the same numerator, which is 10. You're going to multiply it by 2, so the denominator will be multiplied by 2 as well. And for part C, okay, it was the same size units as A, so 2 units, but this time it's 2 out of total of 4 units. So you multiply it by 5, you get a 10 on top, and the bottom is 20. Okay, so take note that the key to this is actually this have to be the same. Okay, so let's just double check what the question wants from us. It wants to see what's the ratio of these 3 lengths. Okay, so the ratio of the length itself is actually a denominator. Alright, that's the length. So you got A is to B is to C, you get 15 is to 12 is to 20, and then you're going to reduce this to the simplest form. So divided by, oh, it's already the simplest form. Okay, so you got 15 is to 12 is to 20. Alright, okay, so let's move on to question 27. Lisa is 4 years 8 months old. Patsy is 2 years and 8 months old. What is the ratio of Lisa's age to Patsy's age? Alright, so because there are two units here, years and months, we want to convert them into the same kind of units first. So in this case, we'll just convert everything to months. For Lisa, alright, 4 years 8 months equals to 4 times 12 months in a year, 48. 48 plus 8 is 56 months. Okay, and now for Patsy, you got 2 years and 8 months. Okay, so in 2 years they're all together 2 times 12, which is 24 months, plus the 8 months, you get 32 months. Now you got these two. When you want to compare among them, what's the ratio of Lisa's age to Patsy's age? So Lisa is a 56, Patsy is a 32. Now of course they expect you to reduce these to as low as you can. So for this, maybe the 56, I can start by dividing it by 4. If I divide it by 4, I get 14. For 32, if I divide it by 4, I get 8. And I realized I can still divide it further, so I divide it by 2 again, I get 7. Divide it by 2, I get 4. So the answer should be 7 is to 4. Michael ran 5 km on Saturday. On Sunday, he ran 3/4 of the distance he ran on Saturday. Alright, so you notice this 3/4 here does not have units. So it's probably indicative that this 3/4 is actually by parts. Okay, so like that, on Sunday he ran 3/4 of the distance he ran on Saturday, which means on Sunday he ran less, right? Because if he ran more, it'll be more than 1 times. Okay, so since he ran less, so here you can straight away tell that the 4 denominator refers to denominator will refer to Sunday. To Saturday. Okay, and then you see that the numerator, okay, belongs to Sunday. Okay, so from here we're going to work out our answer. We'll get 4 units equals to 5 kilometers. Alright. 1 unit will therefore be equals to 5 over 4 kilometers. Now please don't bother to change to simplest form unless it's the last question, unless it's the final answer. Okay. Then after that, from here you have to find what's 2 units. So you just need to take the 5 over 4 kilometers times 3, and then you get 15 over 4 kilometers. Okay, so this is the distance he ran for the Sunday. Okay. So in order to find how much he ran for both days altogether, you just have to add them up. Okay, you take the 15 over 4 kilometers plus the initial 5 kilometers that you ran. Okay, so you get 5 and 15 over 4 kilometers. Of course, you got to change it to improper as a mixed number. So in this case, you have 4 times 3, 3 plus 5, 8, and 3 over 4 kilometers. Okay. Now, because you are doing this especially because you are doing these chapters to do with fractions, please don't be afraid to have your answers as fractions. Okay, because if you're you all might be very used to whole numbers in like lower primary, but now that you're in P5, you realize that some questions require you to have fractions, which is not as nice as the whole numbers. Okay, question 29. Ronald used 2 and 7/15 kg of flour to bake a cake. Okay, so you notice here there's a unit, so and then here also there's a unit, so it's probably a addition case, or subtraction. Okay, he used 1 and 1/3 more flour to bake a loaf of bread. So there's a cake and there's a bread. Okay, how much flour did he use all together? So you just have to add everything together, no? Okay, so if cake, okay, he used 2 and 7/15 kg, and then bread, he used 1 and 1/3 more. See, the word more is very important. So if it's more, you just have to take this, you add the 1 and 1/3, 1 and a third in. Okay, so from here to your simple math, you want to change the right side to the same denominator, which is 15. So 3 times 5 makes it 15. 7 times 1 times 5 makes it 5. Okay, so from here you just add up, you get 3 and 12/15. Okay, this is not the end because this is just finding the bread. So if you want to know how much he used all together, you still have to do one final addition. 3 and 1/15 plus the cake, which is 2 and 7/15. So from here you get 19. 19/15 kg. Because we're going to put in mixed numbers, you get 6 and 4/5 kg. Okay, so this is your answer. Now, sorry, 6 and 4/15. Okay, question 30. Similar jugs hold 400 cubic cm of water. Each is used to fill a rectangular tank measuring 40 by 10 by 20. Find the number of jugs needed to fill up the tank to its brim. Okay, so what we need to do now is we need to find the volume of this tank, and then after that we just need to divide it by the capacity of the jug. Okay, then to know how many jugs that you have. So volume equals to length times breadth times height, right? So the length will be 40, breadth will be 10, height will be 20. Okay, so the final answer that you get here is 8,000 cubic cm. Okay, now so from here all you need to do is just take this 8,000 cubic cm divided by what the jug has, 400 cubic cm, and cancel off the zeros first. 80 divided by 4, you get 20. So the answer should be 20 jugs. Okay, that's all for this.